do have money and abundance and goodness coming in for you. However, I do see that the energy is super blocked. I don't know if it's you that's blocking yourself or your beliefs, or if it's the people around you, but there's definitely this feeling of restriction. I'm thinking of Saturn energy. Maybe you're going through your Saturn return, maybe you're a Capricorn, maybe you have Saturn in your first house, but Saturn is present at this time. Know that Saturn energy, oh my God, a dragonfly landed on me just now. Look it. Oh my God. Dragonfly energy. Maybe dragonflies are a sign for you. It's a red dragonfly with yellow tinges. So maybe the color red and the color yellow are significant. You are being so divinely supported right now. And I do believe that in a lot of ways you are blocking the blessings because of how you feel. You feel the lack of support from your spirit team, from your angels, from your guides, but it's because you're not opening your eyes to the little goodness, the little blessings that are all around you. You are currently being blessed. Stop blocking it. Lean into your body. Get yourself grounded. Know that it's okay if things take time. You're building something, and building something takes a very long time. I'm seeing the pyramids in Egypt and just like the amount of labor that goes into creating something so magnificent. But you have to stop to see the little things, the little joys, the little ways the universe is showing itself to you. That was so magical. This is a very magical collective. Wow. Okay. If the algorithm has used its magic to bring you to me for the very first time, my name is AvaAlanna, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm a spiritual advisor and consultant who works with clients one-on-one to use things like tarot and astrology in a more practical way to overcome real challenges and karmic cycles and break patterns. And I'm so happy you're here. Let's get into the message. Let's see exactly who this message is for. Obviously, if you've came across this reading, it's for you to some degree, but just maybe a little confirmation that this is for you. Again, the dragonfly thing is a huge confirmation. I'm trying to think of what dragonflies mean to me. This summer there was a scenario. I was with a friend and it was hilarious because I saw the dragonflies on this island in Greece were so huge, and I saw one like in my peripheral and I thought it was a bird. It was so big, and we laughed about it for so long that I thought this dragonfly was a bird. So maybe there's something, you think it's one thing and that's why you don't see how good it is. Not that birds are a bad thing, but things are not as they seem, and maybe things are a little bit more whimsical than you're giving them credit for. And also, I think maybe you've gotten a little cocky and arrogant. You think you have everything figured out. You think you have all the answers. You know how things are going to play out. But there's a lot of surprises in store for you, and know that the universe is preparing you to be shocked. We have the World card coming out. And this world card does have animals on it, so animal guides could be very significant for you. You might be very in tune with nature. Maybe you feel more comfortable around animals than you do around humans, which is so valid because humans suck very, very often. I think this is like the world has this combined energy of the end of a cycle, but also a new beginning and being launched and propelled into the unknown. And that's like, I'm really picking up the shocking energy. Be prepared to be shocked. And I think you're going to be shocking. The things you're going to feel called to do, the ways the universe is going to guide you is not going to make sense, and you're going to have to expand and be as big as possible. And you're going to have to be brave. There is a grizzly bear on this world card, and you're going to have to be very brave. I think there's also, again, I'm touching into the not feeling safe around other humans. I see that you are going to be finding people who help you to feel safe and seen and let your guard down and get you out of survival mode, because I'm thinking of the whole, like, of course, she'll pick the bear over the man. I do think you're someone who feels safer in instability. Like maybe your life has been a lot of chaos, so now that's kind of your base point, but you are someone who can handle more than the average person. And instead of that being chaos and drama, you're transitioning into this time when the big things you're going to be handling are things that are helping you. And maybe they're big and they're tough, but they're in alignment with you and are developing your soul in a way that the chaos and drama never could. Again, like you are a person who's very big as well. Mm. Yeah, we have Two of Swords. You are not allowing yourself to see things clearly. You're keeping, like, you're playing the victim a little bit by keeping yourself in the dark. You have all the answers within, but you're pretending like you don't because there's something you don't want to see. Maybe this will require you to step outside of your comfort zone or get out of your shell more than you're willing to at this point in time. But you have to stop. You are self-sabotaging. I love you, but we have to get it together. Like and this also has to do with your beliefs. You think the world is one way. Maybe your ego, your mind thinks the world is one way, but your soul is calling you that, like, no, there's more that can be true for you. And that you're really testing what's true for you at this time. And beauty and goodness are the things that are going to be true for you moving forward. You don't have to live this life of suffering anymore. And you have to really take off that blindfold and allow yourself to see that it doesn't have to keep being this way. You're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself trapped inside of your own head. This is a time where a lot of people are struggling with their mental. We're transitioning into the fall, so kind of going more inward anyways, but so I'm giving you a little bit of grace and a little bit of credit that this is something as a collective we're all facing, but you are a powerful person. If you're like, I asked who this message is for, and the only card that came out was the World card. You are the world. You're everything. You have so many gifts, so many talents. I don't know how many times I can tell this to you. You're a big, beautiful, bright person, but you're not seeing it. And you're being passive when you're meant to be a leader, a trendsetter. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, so you're not seeing, again, you're not seeing the beauty, you're not seeing the goodness. You have to, if you're going internally, go into your soul. Don't go into your human mind, because the human mind is so limited and can't see all the options, but the soul has no limits because the soul sees beyond the physical eyes. And that's like the problem is not you going inwards at this time. Go into hermit mode, go into rest mode, go into reflection. But the problem is, don't get stuck in old thought patterns and beliefs. Lean into your deepest treasures, the goddess within, and dig up every ounce of courage. Look at all the times you've won. Look at all the times you've responded to horrible situations with grace and with love. You are more than your current situation. And you've been nurturing and watering yourself for a long time, and maybe that's why there's a part of you that wants to give up, because you've been doing this internal work like for decades. Maybe you're young, so some of you have been doing this internal work your entire life, which is really crazy to think about, because how can a little baby be doing internal work? But that's what's coming through. You're a very powerful person. You're a spiritual being. And you know some of the secrets of the universe. You have, like, your treasure is your mind. Like that's the thing that really sucks about this Two of Swords coming out, is because you have a beautiful mind. Your mind has led you to ask all of the right questions in the past. Your mind has helped you to overcome and to problem solve. You have a beautiful mind. So this perversion of your mind that's coming up, and I don't mean like a perversion in the ways that you think it is. It's this powerful mind is taking over in a way that it was never meant to. You're not meant to detach from your mind completely. You're meant to use it and work with it, but also to be within your physical body. And that's, I think, maybe you're an air sign. Maybe you've had traumas done to your physical body. Maybe you've hurt yourself. Maybe others have hurt you. Maybe you've struggled with food scarcity, like the attacks on your physical body. Maybe you've had illnesses, periods of it, like your physical, that led you to want to dissociate from the physical body and to use your mind more. And a lot of people, when they're on a spiritual path, they're so stuck in the physical world and they can't see beyond that. The goal is to ascend. And that word has a yucky connotation, but your problem is not ascension. You need to descend. You need to get into some lower vibrations, more animal vibrations, because you have been up in the cosmos for so long. You need to come into your body. You need to see your own beauty, and there's not a shallowness to this. This is, you need to see the beauty within you. You need to see the beauty without you. You need to be able to look into the mirror and really see yourself for all that you are, including your physical body. This is not something you're not meant to, you're not meant to detach from it. You're meant to attach to it and ground yourself into it. Whew. Let's see what else. And it's and in both, because even though you're descending, you're also, like, you already are an astral traveler. You're already a mind magic person. Like, you already have this part. You have the upper world complete. So now you just need to master the lower world and combine them. It's not that the pendulum is not going to swing from one direction to the next. You are going to find an equilibrium and homeostasis. Maybe you're into science. Maybe that's a sign for you, which I love, because I think a lot of you in this collective are women. So if you're into science as a woman, that's so powerful. And it makes sense with the mental. You're a smart girl. Okay, let's see. There has been some we already were talking about this with you going into your mind, but there's some very real escapism going on your part. And escapism can look and show up so many different ways. Maybe you have Pisces placements, 12th house placements. This can be alcoholism, drug abuse, binge eating. It also can be things like, I don't know, like not taking care of yourself, not showering, and binge watching TV shows. Like that sort of escapism. There's something like you not wanting to be present in your life right now. And maybe that's because your physical world is something you're not proud of at this time. You don't have to detach from the physical world. You need to ground into it, but you have to detach from the ideas of what your physical surroundings mean about you, because your physical surroundings do not mean anything about you. Maybe they mean something about your past self, but they do not mean anything about your current self. because you are a portal of transformation and growth. I think you've had a lot of fake outs in your past where you got your hopes up and thought it was finally your moment or your chance to celebrate, and it was not. And so, like, I'm seeing, like, oof, oof. I've been watching Love Island, and there was a scenario where, like, one of the girls was crashing out, throwing a fit, cursing at people across the villa, and one of the guys pulled her partner to the side and was like, listen, you set her up for this crash out because you can't, like, love bomb someone and then expect them not to hold you to the love bombing standards. So then when you drop even a little bit, a crash out happens because there's you're, and that's, I almost feel like you feel, I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but you have felt love bombed by the universe. There has been so many times you felt like you were faked out. You thought that it was finally going to be your moment. You got all these signs and synchronicities. You thought it was going one way. You got your hopes up. You're on cloud nine. Like, things are looking up. It's going to be different now. And then you crashed back down. You crashed back down to the earth. And that's why this, like, the earth feel, because that's you were on cloud nine, and then the earth is where you go after, like, I'm thinking of like the concept of, what is it, like when you go to like a festival and then you get home and back to your real life and you become depressed for a little while and things like that. It's like the universe, it felt like the universe was giving you signs. Okay, things are looking up. You got your hopes up. You're on cloud nine, and then you crash back down to the earth, and then that's where the grounding happens. But you started to associate the grounding with failure, with things not working out. And you have to take action to fight against this belief and to recognize and acknowledge it. And maybe me telling you this is the first time you realize that you associated grounding with failure, because like when we've had a heartbreak or something, that's when we rest and we start, nourishing ourselves, and maybe our friends and family come and comfort us. Like, the things that help us to ground into the physical reality, you have associated with, like, the hardest parts of your life. And that's like when things are exciting, when things are heating up, when you're in the Eight of Wands energy, you don't ground because you get so excited. So you have to have new ways of being, and when your real moment comes, you have to both allow yourself to get excited and to ride the waves that the universe is throwing at you, but to also ground, you have to be able to do both. Once you come up with these new beliefs, maybe this video is helping you to address some of the mental issues that you've been having, some of the ways you've been self-sabotaging. You have to look at this as an opportunity to craft new beliefs and new ways of being. And when you do that, you cannot go back to the old self. You have to look at the separation from the old self as being final, as being something that you can't, and you cannot regret it. It has to be, you have to be completely done with, like, you have to call yourself out, put yourself in your place, and then you have to be very, very serious about not returning to that, because this is like a pattern, a cycle. It's what's comfortable and normal for you, so you have to be serious about breaking the chain. Breaking the chain. Maybe you are so hard on yourself. Like, I know I'm giving you some tough love now, but the problem is, what the tough love that I'm giving you is that you have to stop being so tough on yourself, because you, with breaking the chain, you have always thought that you were the weakest link. Even when you were upset with the universe and you were disappointed, you always, the reason why it was so heartbreaking and upsetting is because instead of being angry at the unfairness or injustice of life, or just the fact that life is not linear, or like we live in a world where it's tough for everybody, instead you made it mean something about you. You made it mean that you weren't doing enough, or that you did the wrong things, or that none of that is true. Like, you're not being punished. And maybe you have some religious trauma around, you know, believing that that's how the universe works, is punishment, and that you have to lead a high, like, yes. Who you really are is the magician. You are so special. And all those fake outs were for a reason and a purpose, and I think you will get that clarity soon. Part of that clarity will come when you make the decision that you want that clarity. Oh no, children. um, but there is a playful energy coming in for you. Once you forgive yourself and you forgive life and you forgive the universe, you will be able to come into a more peaceful, playful part of your life. And I think things have not felt fun for a very long time. And you haven't felt any sort of sense of control over your circumstances. And in a lot of ways, we don't have control over our circumstances, but you are going to be recognizing your own power and seeing that you're capable of so much more. You have had to be very strong. And this strength is going to be rewarded. You know how to, I think, and that's also these negative beliefs that you have, these limiting beliefs that you have. You've done so much internal work. You know how to wrestle the beast within. You know how to fight off your own demons. This isn't new to you. You know what you're doing. You know what you need to be doing. You know what needs to be done. So all you have to do is do it. And it's really like, I'm thinking of Tony Robbins and his power poses, like I don't know, like standing up straight helps your brain feel a different type of way. That's like the work that needs to be done can be done like this. All you have to do is shift the energy that you're currently in into a different way of being. Like, it's not this big action that you have to do. You just need to shift into a new way of being, into a higher way of being. That's your highest self is just, it's almost like there's a door right here and they're waiting behind it, and they're waiting, and it's unlocked and ready for you to come through and release them. But you have to use the free will and the consent to let that higher self come in and become integrated and embodied into your current self. Ooh. Two of Wands upside down, falling to the floor. With the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So the Two of Swords, the decision to see with clarity. There is a decision here that the decision to take action on your soul's highest calling and purposes. You know what you're meant to do in this life, and you've been resisting. That's where that escapism is coming in. You've been resisting like you literally have been resisting so hardcore. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. That's not something I typically say. Maybe you have a power behind you. Maybe you swear like a sailor. That might be a sign for you, a confirmation that it's yours. But yes, you've been resisting the soul-aligned actions. And you know what you want, but you haven't decided that you're worthy of it. So you've been like kind of tiptoeing around it. And that's where the escapism is because you're pretending like you don't know that you already know what you want. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is the Chariot here is representing your spirit team and your angels coming and being like, no, we're done with this. Like, you've been resisting for so long, we're gonna force a breakthrough. And all I'm saying is, like, you either need to make the choice to get off your booty and start living that life that you want and taking the soul-aligned actions you know that you need to be doing. You need to do those things, or else the universe will find ways to make you do them. And you do not. It's like when you go to your parents as a little kid and you're like, I'm bored, and they're like, well, I could find something for you to do, and it's like housework or something like that. Like, you don't want the universe to get you off your booty. You want to make the decision on your own. Oh my. Wow, these kids. Why are their scooters so loud? Do they like the way that you're going to be embodying is going to be loud. It's going to be loud and out proud. I think you need to stop being so afraid of things not working out as well. Like, if there's something you feel called to do and the first time you do it, you don't get like an overnight success or fame from one little inspired action. Like, that's the dragonfly landing on me on the beginning. You need to see the little wins and not give up the first moment it doesn't work out. You need to put a little bit of a thick skin on and like get out of your shell. Know that the strength that you've built, nothing can knock you down. Like, you've been trying, like, you've been in escapism and trying to protect yourself from real life. And the truth is that nothing can, like, you are naturally an optimistic person. So I don't know why you're getting stuck in your head like this, because nothing can shake you. So the fear of maybe, I don't know where the fear is coming from, but like, you're the type of person who can get knocked down over and over and again and will continue to get back up. So like, don't be afraid of life, because you're tough. Like, was saying, like, you needed to put on a tough skin, but you're tough already. This is something, so what are you so afraid of? That was the Tower. I don't know why I felt the need to put it back in the deck. And now I feel a little bit sorry, because I hate to do that to the cards. But I think you've been through a lot of Tower moments already, and I think your problem is you've been making this a bigger deal than it really is. Like, you're making it seem way more complicated than it is. You know the work that needs to be done. We're gonna take these guys. Okay. Okay, I will say this escapism has not been all self-sabotage. You have been doing some real reflecting and internal work about trying to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. You've been exploring options, but it's time to make a choice. Like, you have had Two of Swords come out, Two of Wands, and now you have Two of Pentacles. You know what it is you want. You know, your soul knows what it is that will lead you to your money and your abundance and your financial stability and all of your needs being met and not having to worry or be in survival mode anymore. So it's time to stop exploring other options and narrow it down, because you know the thing that you want to do. It's not a question of like, oh, is this the right thing? Do you want it? Then it's the right thing. It's meant for you. Ooh. Yeah, we have Five of Swords. This, I mean, I have to give you credit because these thought loops that you're breaking are really like the work that this last bit of work that you have to do before everything gets easier. This is the hardest part. You like this is this part is really really tough. So I have to give you a little more credit because you are doing a good job, and this is the final push. Once you master this part of your mind, everything, like, that's why you're going to be the magician. It's because if you can do this last bit to rewire your brain, man, how easy life will become for you. Oof, oof. Okay. Yeah, you need to turn your back on any ideas of the old life. You know exactly what it is you want. You know where your financial stability will come from. You need to be brave, take risks, and know that you can figure it out as you go. And if problems come up, you know how to problem solve. Let things be easy. Let things come to you. Protect your peace. Be very vigilant with your thoughts, and if there's thoughts that do not align with that reality that you know that you want, you need to give them the boot. Like they have no business being around you anymore. And you look at your thoughts as little beings. Like, your thoughts are not you. They're little beings that are hovering around in your auric field, and you just need to, like, give them the boot. We have no time for it. There's new ways, new thoughts, new ideas that need to come in. And you just have to it's not just, because the work that you're doing is really tough, and I'm very, very proud of you. You've come so far. Once you master this part of your mind, it's smooth sailing. If you've enjoyed this reading and any part of it resonated or just uplifted your spirits or inspired you or gave you the kick in the booty that you needed, then please like, comment, and subscribe. This is an energy exchange, and your little part of magic is the liking, commenting, and subscribing. That's how you claim this message for you. This is how you give back to me or say thank you to me for giving you this little reading. I always set the intention that the people who hear my messages, whether it's it's a general collective reading, maybe not all of it is for you, but I always set the intention that it will uplift the hearts and get the ball moving for you, and that it can kind of create some momentum in your energy and help you break those patterns. Again, I do astrology, tarot. I'm also a personal consultant, so if you have questions and want to book with me, the link will be in the description box. And I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope this resonated.